Okay, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. I've been showing off a lot of McDonald's lately, so I figured I want to go back to showing off other restaurants like Burger King. I eventually want to get to like Taco Bell and all that too, but I'll have to wait on that just because. Right there it says on maps, late night chicken, huh? Okay, interesting. But yeah, basically, well, sorry, my throat's kind of dry a little bit, because it's hot out. I'm actually doing this at night, as you guys can see up there. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Surprised it doesn't just say 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. But I guess it doesn't say that at the top. But yeah, I'm basically wanting to get back to this. I will eventually show off like Taco Bell and all that too, because we're actually at Taco Bell in Fulton I want to showcase. But in the meantime, I want to show off Burger King because I haven't done the ones at Colombia yet. I do eventually want to get to showing off. I want to show off, like I said, other restaurants too and all that. But I got to get around to doing that. But if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and all that. And you can enjoy these more reactions. I'm thinking about just putting these in a different playlist, because they're actually not in a playlist yet, because I haven't actually, they're actually not, these videos are not in a playlist yet, because I actually, wasn't sure where to put them. So if you guys are wondering why they're not in a playlist, that's why. I think I'm just going to give them their own playlist. I've been just so busy lately that I've not had time to do that. But, yeah, you guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that, or X as it's called it, but I call it Twitter. You guys can follow me over there and all that. And, without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get into this. Our first Burger King on the list, because there's only 2 in Colombia, is this. Which is surprising because, with Burger King and all that, like Burger King, like McDonald's, is a very popular franchise. And Colombia is a big city. So the fact there's only 2 of them is very crazy. Maybe there was once more than 2 of them, I don't know. But there's really only 2 of them, as for right now, there's only 2 of them. I'm actually going to show you guys, was a Blockbuster over here too. I want to show you guys that too, it's pretty cool. But just like before, we're going to show off the outside of it. So you guys see right here, this is actually a remodel of Burger King. But what's cool about this one is this one actually has a humongous player in it. And I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, but there's like the spatula handle, spatula, sorry, I can't speak. The spatula handles on the side there, on the door. Which Burger King pretty much has removed that from their remodeled locations, which kind of sucks, because I like their spatula handles. Now, I've talked about that Burger King, I feel like, has not fallen as bad as McDonald's, but Burger King still is going to, a lot of these are going to these cheap-ass looking box buildings and all that. But unlike McDonald's, I feel like, for the most part, they're kind of going back, to where they were at before in the 90s. McDonald's is bringing things back too, but like temporarily. And even then, like some of the Burger Kings that have been remodeled have actually kept their original design. They swapped out the buildings, but they're not like flat like this. I've seen them on maps. I don't remember like where they were at, because I've kind of looked at Burger Kings at different locations, but yeah, I don't know. This one, I don't know when this one was built here. I mean, I actually could go and show you guys Google Earth, too. I would honestly go to Google Earth if it would let me freaking go on the street view here and look in the past, too. But it will not do that, so I cannot do that. Also, I hear like a mosquito in the car, too. God, I hate mosquitoes so much. I really do. I hate them. I also hate how it's fucking still not loading the damn thing. And speaking of Taco Bell, there we go, there it is. I was talking about Taco Bell, and there's a Taco Bell right there. Kind of funny, right? But there you go. So if you look back here, you can see, I'll show you the Blockbuster first. But check it out, that's where Blockbuster was at. And see that even in 2013, it's still there. This one actually didn't shut down until later. I might have video footage of this location, I don't remember. See, with me, though, I always try to get the original places I've been to, but Blockbuster and Jeff, I think, shut down before I was able to do that, you know. But the one in Colombia actually stayed open. They kept that one open. You know, but it closed down, you know, I think 2013 or 2014 is when it closed down, I can't remember. But check this out. See this building here? See, it has the right roof right there. It looks different there. Check out the roof. Look, the shingles and all that look different. A lot of times the buildings have like these simpler designs, except for the south. You know, like and the coast and all that. This one actually had this location here. It's all boarded up though. See that? Maybe they were getting ready to remodel it. I don't know. Because it's all boarded up. I don't know. Either that or somebody broke into it. I don't know. I believe the play area was in there too, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was in there. Yeah, because I think that's the same play area. We'll check. You can't really see it very well, but yeah, I think it's in there. Actually, it looks a little bit different. If you look up there, see it's more colorful and all that. But yeah, the play equipment's still in there, but for some reason they painted it all white for some reason. I don't know why they did that. But that's actually pretty cool, though. I like that. Yeah, see, but it was sadly, it was remodeled, as you see here. It was all remodeled. I don't know if it's gonna get remodeled again or not, because you know Burger King has their new logo now and all. They brought back the '90s logo. It looks a little bit different, but instead of it being the circle logo, it actually changed it. This circle logo is actually really cool. I really like it. It is fancy with the colors and all that, but I don't know. I kind of like the '90s one a little bit more. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth on that. Like right now, I kind of like it, but then I'm like thinking about it. I don't know. Because I technically grew up with this logo, but I don't know. The '90s one looks pretty cool too. You know, I actually didn't know about. I think I mentioned this before. I did not know about the '90s logo and all that until years later. Like I thought that was just they were updating the logo. I didn't know it was actually the '90s one. But, I don't know. But check out this play area. This play area is still there. It's still there. It's humongous. It's still there. It's very hard to climb in it, but I actually have videoed the play area a few times, actually. Because I think I actually did it before, and then, my car got corrupted and all that. I don't know if I got it before, and I would think I would have gotten a video footage of it, though, because before we moved to Hannibal, I went to Colombia all the time. So I don't know if I got it or not. There's the Burger King sign right there. It was 8 years ago. That's the old logo. They basically swapped out the logo with a new one. But what Burger King does, unlike McDonald's, is what I like, is Burger King actually has been trying to kind of bring back stuff and actually keep the damn things, where McDonald's has been bringing back shit, like, temporarily and all that, and, it's just kind of annoying, I mean, with the characters, I guess with the McDonald's characters, like the hamburger and all that, they had brought them back, like, from when they were advertising classic stuff and all that, but like, Minecraft and all, they had the adult Happy Meals and all, they've advertised them. They actually disappeared for a long time as well. But Burger King still has their mascot, too. They don't have the kids club anymore, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. Same with McDonald's, but at least they have a fucking mascot. McDonald's doesn't really even have a mascot anymore. I mean, they don't really have one. Since Ronald McDonald is gone, they haven't used Speedy in years, you know. Like, it'd be cool if they bring back, like, I think they should bring back Speedy, you know. I don't know, might be kind of cool. Like, I'm surprised they never brought back Speedy. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that. But check out the floors, too. See, they're all wooden and all that. See, that's how cool that is. But you can tell, like, the flooring here. See the flooring? You can tell you can tell the flooring that it's been remodeled. But look at Burger King, though. Unlike McDonald's, it doesn't look as dark in there. And unfortunately, though, like McDonald's and other fast food places, it looks very generic in there. But again, it's not like it's dark. You know, like it's not like it's not all pretty much gray. McDonald's, even the walls and stuff are all gray, and all the furniture and all, it looks pretty much, it blends way too much together. But I like that kid there just playing around. He's having fun. Is that like food there? Oh, that's got a lot of mayo on it, looks like. Speaking of food at this location, we did have a problem where we were, like, my mom was doing a mobile order for us, which I didn't know she was getting Burger King. This is when they went to Kansas City and they came back. They came back from Kansas City and all that, and apparently, this Burger King location was out of a bunch of food and all that, so she did get refunded. I think she got refunded for her money, but like you can't just like do that and like not have food. But to be fair though, I don't know if I should entirely blame them, because maybe they were having problems with the delivery truck, but I don't know, they should probably have some of the stuff still there, you know, like but she was talking about how they pretty much were out of everything. Because we were going to get the How to Train a Dragon stuff and all that, and that happened. There's the play area again, but that freaking play area is huge. That is a fucking huge play area. Actually, a good chunk of Burger Kings I've been to actually still have that, too. They've been remodeled, but I've been to a few that still have that. McDonald's has them still, too, but they're very cheap and small and all that. Like, kids can barely, you'll have fun with it, so the kids won't be very entertained. Kids will be very entertained with this kind of stuff, you know. McDonald's should do more of this stuff, you know. If they did that, it'd be different. There's a better picture of what it looked like, I guess. It looks more colorful and all that in there, see that? Unfortunately, it's a little bit dirty. Not dirty, I mean blurry. But see all that? It's like more colorful in there. That's actually a very good picture of it, too. I actually have a picture of the building myself on my DSi. Because that's probably one of my main complaints about the DSi. Which, by the way, I don't have a lot of complaints about it. The DSi, like, you guys don't know about it. It's kind of it's like the black sheep of the Nintendo handhelds. Because, the problem with the DSi is it's kind of overshadowed by the 3DS. But the DSi is really cool. It just, they didn't really have it around very long before they made the 3DS. You know, so a lot of people probably will, it sold very well, but a lot of people kind of talk more about the 3DS than the DSi. But my only complaint about the DSi was I couldn't, video stuff. But see, it's remodeled here. So that photo must have been an older photo that got uploaded here, because you can see they have like the squares and all that in there. My guess is to keep the sun maybe out of there. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's the thing. That's why I missed my opportunity to go to this McDonald's and all that, like in Holt Summit and video it, because ours is a themed McDonald's. And actually, I talked to Phantom Strider about that. I was bringing that up with him because I was asking him, because he lives in Australia, you know. Like, I was asking him if he had any, unique McDonald's, because I like to discuss some of them down there, or maybe do a top 10 on them. I thought about doing that. I don't want to do one right now, because I want to kind of, go through maps if you guys had a new one down in the future, but that's why I was asking him, because in Australia, things are That's a whole nother, continent, So they possibly have something there. Look how high this person's up. That kid's like has her mouth all open. That's pretty funny. See, the floors look all concrete and all that. So I don't know what they would have looked like before. There's the bathrooms again there. I'll tell you that the restaurants are a bit dirty too, which is probably not going to help with their business too much. But I think the play area is kind of the biggest thing they have. But I've been there a few times, and I don't know. It's not like really disgusting. Like I've been there a few times, and they have cleaned it a little bit, but they don't do a super good job. I think what they do is they wait until like everybody leaves, they cleans it. Like you need to clean it constantly and all that to keep up with the stuff. Otherwise, it won't work very well. There's another picture of the play area. That's really cool, though. Now, this play area, though, having bigger kids go into it is very hard. Because I was videoing it, the inside of it, and having a very hard time climbing around there. I actually had to put my phone down there because there were a couple kids. Or actually, I can't remember if it was a couple, or there was at least one kid coming towards me. I didn't want to video her, and all that. I think it was her, but I didn't want to video her, but I'm not sure if you're allowed to do it, but I'm like, this stuff's getting harder and harder to find. That's why I did it. There's a zoomed out picture there. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of pictures of the play area, because this one still has a play area, but it has been remodeled, So that shows you that at least Burger King, somewhat cares about, this stuff. Even though, like I said, some of their stuff is kind of lacking anymore, at least they seem to care. Like, see, it's even colorful. It's still colorful, too. And a lot of their remodel locations, even in Hannibal. Yeah, Hannibal has a play area in their Burger King as well, and it's also colorful. So it looks like it's more fun, because kids like brighter colors, Maybe some might like darker colors, but a good chunk of people, and well, not just kids, in general, like lighter colors. I do too. It's okay to have a little bit of gray, but McDonald's seems to be going through that gray phase in general. Which kind of stinks. Also, there's that too. A toothless thing there. Probably Maps, isn't it? Yeah, it's Maps. I don't know if I can... Yes, it only lets me go back to 2019. It doesn't do me any good. Well, actually, I could probably at least go here to get a closer view for you guys right here. See, there's the spatula handles. They're all kind of rusty, so you can tell they're old, but the fact that they actually kept them is kind of nice, but they probably need to be painted up a little bit because they're kind of rusting a little bit. That's one down, though, and I got one more. I'm going to go ahead and do newest, as well with this. So they're even responding to your text, too, so that's pretty nice. Speaking of retro, actually got, talking about retro, I think, Springfield, and I could be wrong with this, they could have remodeled this one, but from what I can hear, Springfield, Missouri still has a classic red roof McDonald's. It still does. Now, I'm not going to show... actually, I might show you guys it on Google Maps. I'm not going to show off the pictures of it, but I might show you guys what I'm talking about. Because I don't know if it's been remodeled or not yet. But McDonald's, like I said, they're going out of their way. They're remodeling all their damn places. But they're literally going out of their way. Like, even the themed ones, they're remodeling them and ruining the way they look. Because I showed off some of them. That's why I'm trying to, get around to doing that for you guys. But also, there's also a Hardee's, too, in, I think it's Monroe City, I think, is where it was at. I looked on maps, apparently there's a retro Hardee's, too. It has that black roof. I don't remember when they switched to, I think it was the early 2000s, it looks like they switched to the red roofs. I personally like the red roofs over the black ones, but again, I like more color, and stuff. But they actually swapped out the roofs and turned into that. There was one in Hannibal too when we moved up there, but it shut down and all that. But it looks like it might still be there too. My biggest problem though with this McDonald's though is that I'm gonna have to go with my siblings because we're actually going to Springfield tomorrow. Actually, today now. I'm actually really excited because I want to go see it, but I'm also upset because I gotta drive the damn siblings along with me, which I wouldn't be so upset about it, but they scream and fight, and ruin the experience a bit. They were doing that with when I was trying to video the other McDonald's, which by the way, I didn't go inside of it. I need to go inside of it and video it, but I didn't get around it because it was kind of a shady neighborhood. My mom was kind of not wanting me to do that, because I was videoing outside of it, and I'll probably go back there and might video down the road. I don't know. We'll have to see. But this person's got photos here too. I'm trying to find some photos of the McDonald's though here. That's the one I just did. There really isn't that many photos on this one, I guess. Now, I think, like I said, I videoed this one. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of the McDonald's. I mean, this one because of my card getting corrupted. But I think I got it before it got remodeled. But you could tell again that they kept all that, which I really like. I wish, if they need to remodel the buildings, that's fine, but they don't need to fucking change every damn thing about it. And personally, like I said, I'd rather them keep the old stuff. Also, speaking of old, there's an old Hardee's there, or Arby's, I should say, Arby's. Which, by the way, there actually was one towards Springfield as well. They remodeled it a couple years ago, so they got remodeled too, which those are actually becoming rarer too. Those are really rare as well. I mean, even getting the ones from, the 90s and early 2000s, you can barely find those. Because Hardee's is actually, unlike McDonald's and Burger King, Hardee's has actually changed their restaurant design quite a few times, So, it's pretty hard to find that. Also, there's Walmart there. I don't know which Walmart this is. I've actually gone to look through Walmart and all that. I looked through Walmart. That's the last of the photos. There's McDonald's there too. Speaking of McDonald's. I don't know which location this is, though. This is in Colombia? Yeah, it is. That's the Colombia one. Isn't that the one? That's the one that they didn't they remodel this one, or was that's that the old school one? I can't remember. There's one over by the mall that had that old school design, which. By the way, I've not been able to find anything on that, but that's probably because that McDonald's was remodeled so early on. But that one was remodeled pretty early on too. I was gonna see real quick if I wanted to see the Walmart real quick here. That one would be which one would that be? That's a tiny Walmart. Look how tiny that one is. That's a tiny one. Some are saying that the smallest Walmart is in a I don't know. It's I don't remember what state it was in. It's in one of the states. So it's a very, very tiny Walmart. But some are saying that in Missouri, that's the smallest Walmart. This Walmart looks awfully small, though. See how small this one is? This one's freaking tiny. And the one in Fulton is as small as it is. I don't know where that's even at. Yeah, see, that's all the way over there. You got Missouri here, too. Yeah, I don't know where that's at. Maybe I'll show that off, too. I'm not going to show off the images, but I just wanted to kind of look at that one because I saw that photo. That's a tiny one, though. But we got another one over here I'm going to showcase. This one, was remodeled and sadly got the bad design. The more, that one got a simple design too, but this one really got it bad. But look at the old schoolish design. Now, see, it has the lines on it, and then it has that. But see how it was remodeled and all that. Yeah, sadly, again, they remodeled that one, though. Trying to, get out of here. There we go. So, I'll show you guys the front of it. But yeah, sadly, it was remodeled, though. But see that, though, some of the Burger King locations have the red logo, and some of them don't. Look at that. They got the outdoor seating and all that. Or outdoor seating. A good chunk of these do not have that anymore. I guess that one kept it. Or I guess it's gone now. They had it, and I guess it's gone. I was going to say, if they kept that, that'd have been nice. Well, see, it shows it's there. See that? It shows it's there. It's 8 years ago there. A month ago there. There's another picture here of this. I like the little sign there, though. See, it's got the Whopper sign on it. But I think it's odd, too. Here's the thing, too. I wanted to talk about Burger King while I'm, doing this. Burger King and McDonald's have been at it for a long time. Burger King has always been second to McDonald's. They've always been second. Yeah, they've always been kind of second to McDonald's when it came to stuff. But anymore, I think Burger King is, beating McDonald's. I think people are liking Burger King more than McDonald's. The food, not so much, but the other stuff, yeah, people like that more. I also like this restaurant over here, too. See that? Little cactus on there. It's pretty cool. I think it's a restaurant. I don't know. Taste is king. There's the seating right there, too. But due to it being remodeled, I don't know if we'll have any pictures of that or not. Also, that's a very small one there. Now, this one right here, this one actually has a darker look to it, which I don't really like. So, I guess some of them are kind of doing this, but a good chunk of them are still pretty bright. But you can tell how empty a lot of times this stuff is, too. But that was also just during COVID, maybe, so that some of these images are from COVID, so a lot of these restaurants look more empty than they normally are. Like our Burger King and Jeff, it's getting customers, but it's definitely not as busy as it once was. Jefferson City is actually getting another coffee shop too, which, by the way, is probably McDonald's' number one selling thing. I don't know what they're gonna do if they don't have people buying coffee. I guess there's gonna be some people. People do still hang out at McDonald's, but I'm just like I told you guys, we were actually there during rush hour, and there were people in there, but there weren't the dining room and even the drive-thru wasn't super packed. It was packed, but not trust me, back in the day, McDonald's was one of the number one places to go, and then that kind of happens. Also, what happened to this image here? I like this image, it's pretty cool, but what happened here? Kind of interesting. There's the bathroom there. Showing a disgusting bathroom, it looks like. And somebody wrote on there. There's more of the crowns. I do like these little posters on the wall too. These are pretty nice. Just another picture there. Not a lot of the old school one, which kind of sucks. Like, I like to have the old school ones too, but I haven't seen those yet. People aren't really smiling. It's as slow as ever. My daughter asking if they have skinned the chicken or picking the potato is fast food, not in. Okay, so it's that. Interesting they have a review there, though. I guess it's saying right here. I guess it just say the reviews right here. It says, oh, the eclipse, huh? So that's where they watched the eclipse. I forgot about that. Yeah, there was a full eclipse back in 29. Was it? No, 2017. Sorry, 2017. They had that full eclipse. Like in Missouri. They were supposed to have one last year, but that was false information because it was not even a full one. I actually did get some video. Unfortunately, I was hospitalized at that time, but luckily they were nice enough to let me do that. I don't know if the hospital will let me do that anymore or not. Because they're freaking hospitals, I swear to God, like I get they're trying to make people be safe, but they go way overboard with the shit. They go way overboard with it. You know what those pictures are. Yeah, they go way too far with the shit and all that, and I'm just like you're not really allowed to go do anything fun because they're afraid they're gonna get hurt. And I mean, yeah, I get that, but I'm like, I don't want to be bored there. I mean, it feels like, again, I'm being punished, you know. And I mean, I know they're not intending to do that. It's not like prison, but still, I'm just like, it just kind of sucks, you know. Even the food has gone to hell. Like, my mom's like, well, I'm trying to make sure it's safe and all. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I'm like, the food should not taste like it's fucking days old, and that sucks, you know. It's not very good, you know. But I hope I don't have to ever go back to the hospital again. But that one, I was actually the one who chose to go there. I mean, if I had to go there again, I would probably go to a different hospital, you know, but that one closer. But I mean, honestly, I think all of them are kind of like probably gonna be like that anymore. They're gonna be more strict and all that, you know. That's where I got the reviews too here. But I was gonna say, yeah, that's the problem. No, I said that people are just getting more strict with the stuff and all. But yeah, it was already starting to get like that around that time, but it still wasn't as bad as it is now. Because I probably wouldn't have got hospitalized, honestly, if it weren't for the fact that, like, let's say I was on a medication. Even now, I'm kind of, well, this medication is making me a little bit more irritable, but like, I think the aggressiveness is kind of going away a little bit. That's why I told him I wanted to wait another week. I'm still feeling more aggressiveness, but not like I was. Like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Oh, good, it saves where I'm at. Okay, that's good. If you go on Facebook and fucking X'd out, the shit will fucking put you all the way back to the top. I actually been trying to go through the photos at Walmart and Jeff. Apparently, it goes back to at least 2012. I don't remember when Walmart in Jefferson City got remodeled. There's actually two of them in Jeff, but this other one was on the Boulevard. They remodeled it like years ago, and then they remodeled again because they swapped out their old logo. So I wanted to find some, footage of it. I mean, I have a couple photographs of it from like with my mom was younger and all that with her friend at Walmart, but for the most part, I don't really have anything there. Yeah, I just don't have anything there. Oh, that's a nice looking restaurant there. I like that restaurant. Not very good reviews there. The supermarket there. A CNR market. We just had one of those closed. I think I showed it off on maps, I think. I think I did. I don't remember if I did or not. Actually, no, I don't think I did. They closed it down, though. They probably lost business because it was so freaking expensive. They're like, it was expensive. And there's reports that, like some of the places, were having problems with the food and all that being expired, Yes, I was just talking about the hospital and all, and we had that, So I did not see any. There's photos here, and again, not a lot of them. There's like none of them at Burger King. I think there had to be like some at Burger King. Because this one, I don't know if I've recorded or not. I don't know if I did anything of that. It's like Steak and Shake there. There's Sears. Oh, it's a picture of Sears. Got a picture of Sears here. Oh, look at that. I got a display of gift cards, too. There, a display of gift cards. That's nice. Yeah, Mosher still has, and Fulton still has Sears gift cards. Technically, there are still a few of Sears left. But there's not that many. And then they have, and then they not only have Sears gift cards, but they also have Bed Bath & Beyond. Which, by the way, Bed Bath & Beyond actually is shut down. I don't know if their website is still open, but I do know they shut down Bed Bath & Beyond. They shut all the locations down. And I don't know if there's any outside the country like Kmart and Sears. I don't know, but I don't know if there's any more really that there. Well, here's Burger King, and here's this Burger King here. Oh, I guess it's got tape up there. I didn't notice that. See that like little tape up there? Well, got Walt Disney World there. It sucks that, I said Disney World is not the same anymore, because in the past I wanted to go so bad, but I hate, it's not, it ain't the same anymore. Disney as a company is not the same anymore, and, and the problem is a lot of their stuff's based, their crap at the parks is based off of, their own stuff, so, like, I just don't feel like there's a reason for me to really go to it. Plus, it's very expensive, I hear, so. This marketplace right there. Kind of weird. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go there. Oh my god, that's creepy there. That's way too much makeup. Way too much makeup there. That Dick's Sporting Goods. They still have one of those in, there, but they don't have a lot of those anymore either. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the McDonald's real quick. I could show you guys the Starbucks too, but I'm not going to worry about that. Or not the Starbucks, the Hardee's, but I'm going to worry about that later. I'm going to show you guys the McDonald's I was talking about, though. Alright, should be around here somewhere. Here it is. I didn't make sure I was recording it, because there's been times where, like, I thought I hit the record button, but it didn't work. But check this one out. This one right here, this is a classic McDonald's here. I believe it's still here and all that. I'm going to try to go and video it. Hopefully I don't get bitched at for recording it, but I don't know. I'll have to see there. But what's cool about this one not only is a red roof McDonald's, but if you look at that, it's attached to a gas station, which those are also becoming more and more rare too. And not as rare as a red roof McDonald's is. But they're becoming more and more rare. Also, the internet's not wanting to work for some stupid reason either. I don't know what's going on there. I guess I'll give it a second. But I was gonna say, yeah, yeah. See, like if you look over here, see the way it looks though. See, it's got the little like it looks like it has like castle, pillars on it and all that. It looks so cool. There was one like in St. Louis too. That one got remodeled back in 2022, I think 2021 or 2022. It was remodeled. This one's still there. There was actually one in between Jeff and Columbia. That there was a town there like that had one like that too, but it wasn't attached. I know, no, wait, it was attached, but it didn't look like that because they actually added it later on. So it didn't have this cool, unique looking style to it. But I don't know why I'm clicking on that because I'm gonna show it off later. I just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about, but I will showcase it later. It might be a little bit because I want to show off other places besides McDonald's and Burger King, but that was pretty cool, to see that. But I think it's still there, but I don't know how long it'll be there because McDonald's has been, again, they've been going out of their way to remodel all their locations, including their themed ones. There actually is, I think that might be, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I think that's the last red roof McDonald's in Missouri. I could be wrong, but like I get that they want to, that restaurants need to be updated sometimes, but like I wish they could at least leave fucking one of them there, or maybe a couple of them, instead of going out of their way to remodel a bunch of them. Because my mom proves a good point, which is kind of what they do in this on the reviews. It's talking about how McDonald's and all that, like how this location here, a lot of shit's falling apart. Which is, I understand that, but some of these locations aren't falling apart. They're just remodeling them because they want everything to look fucking identical and all that, and that's the problem. It's just like you're just taking away the experience, and people are not wanting to go to your place and all that, because of that, But yeah, that's pretty cool. I get to see that. But there is a black roof McDonald's, like I showed that off, and then there was that one in Kansas City, which sadly got demolished because I was gonna go to do that, and then it got demolished. It wasn't a red roof McDonald's, and I showed it off, and the inside of it looked good, but it wasn't super impressive. The outside was what caught my attention because the building itself looked a little bit different, and then you got the roof and all that. So I mean, I'm not like super upset about not being able to record it, but I'm still upset because it was a cool McDonald's and all that's no longer around, So it's another McDonald's you can't eat at and enjoy it because, again, they don't want you to have fun or something, But unfortunately, a lot of these fast food places, not just McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's and all that, are kind of going this route. But with Arby's and all that, I think I've seen some locations where they've kept it the same, but I don't want to say too much until I really look at all of them, but right now McDonald's is definitely the lowest of all the, but I kind of want to go through, maps and kind of see the diners and see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. But yeah, so far, McDonald's is definitely the bottom, and Burger King is up there, but I probably would say their dining experience is probably about a C because they still look very generic too, but at least they brought back their classic logo and all that, and then they also, they also still do have a lot of their play areas in there and all that, so at least they're trying, but still, I don't know, but that could be a good idea, to do something like that, but I don't know, I mean, I could be doing a tier list, right, but I'm gonna look at, I don't want to do a tier list anytime soon, because I got other videos I want to do, and I kind of want to show off more restaurants before I do anything, because a lot of these, I have not been to a lot of them, so I want to do that. But that said, though, I'm going to go ahead, and before I let things go from here, I do want to show off the Burger King and the Sky View and see when it came out. Hold on. Okay, I think this is it. But you can see here why I don't want to do it like this. I mean, I can go in Street View, but I still can't look at it. I mean, I guess I could still use it, but I just hate that I can't actually, do all that, like, I would like to be able to, do all that stuff, but if we go down here to, like, historical stuff here, it'll show, like, Burger King and all here, but see that? Actually looks pretty clean there, right? See that? It looks pretty clean. I'm pretty sure this is it. I don't know. I don't know. It looks like a highway there. I don't know. Let's go over here and see it. Now it has to be it though, because there's the highway right there. Let me try to like. Okay. But see, it still won't let me do that, see? It still only lets me do it like that, so I can't do it like that. Which kind of sucks, you know? Like, I wish it would let me do historical stuff, because I can't see much doing it like this, you know? I mean, I should be grateful for what I have. I mean, I'm glad they brought this feature back. But I really wish I could just see it, you know, from the air, from the street view as well. Apparently, some locations, it's actually letting me go back even further. My guess is maybe it's in process and they haven't, you know, got it working yet, maybe. I don't know. We got 2007 there. Got 2009. Or actually, 2010. Sorry, I'm like half asleep here. My knees have been acting up bad too, you know? And since we're going somewhere, I'm kind of afraid to even go to sleep here. Because I don't want to mess my knees up. But see, it's still showing it's there. Yeah, but I don't know when it was when it would have been built there though. But see, like it says 1999 there. I don't know, it doesn't look like there was anything there before. But again, it's on freaking Street View and I can't see anything. Look at that though. See what I'm talking about here? So I go all the way back to historical stuff here. Like, and I can go to the 70s. See that? But I can only do it in like certain spots. That's the year my dad was born here. It might take a second to load. But I can like do all this and all. That's the year my dad was born, though. Look, I can go pretty far over there. See that? There's Antarctica. But see that and go pretty far back. So I want to see some history here and go pretty far back. Now some of this stuff maybe I can understand why the street view wouldn't work, but some of this stuff it should work. It just like I said, it's very picky on where it wants to work. Look at that. Okay, I can keep going further and further back. See that? I can go back to those ancient times. Unfortunately, I don't know how well it would work. I'm actually gonna do this for a second because I'm curious how far it'll go back. Because honestly, imagery wasn't really a big thing until like later on, 1930s. So I got, you know, December 31st, 1930. Kind of weird. Look at that though. I can go all the way back there. Most of these restaurants aren't even around, though. You got Kansas, where the Wizard of Oz was at. I can't remember what year that was released. Was it not 19? Was it 1939 when that was released? I can't remember. But Kansas. I don't know what that means here. I guess so. I mean, I don't want to do it right now. Or I guess I will. I don't know. I'm trying to be careful, though. But you can see here, though, it's actually trying to load, but it can't load. There's still some bugs in it, but it's like it's trying to load. That's pretty cool, though, you know. But it still doesn't load it very well. But you can tell it's like trying to. I think you can see the houses there, I think. Or something over there. I don't know what that is. There's like a park over there. See that? I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't really get to it. I don't know. I won't probably worry about this right now. I can play it later. But I was just curious more so like how far to go back. I said I was going to show you guys Burger King, and I'm just Burger King, and I'm showing you guys other stuff. But I don't know. I thought that was just kind of cool. Now, I don't know. Like, it wasn't letting me do it before, and then it says new features. So I don't know, like, because Google is like that. Like, the more you use their stuff, the more like they'll let you have access to stuff. So maybe you got to use it a bunch. I don't know, or reviews. I don't know. I guess you guys can let me know if you guys have that problem on Google or not. I don't know. It's an old house there. But I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.